Man, I'm built different, period. I'm just built different, man. And I've always had an eye, discipline, and a work ethic that I've had at a young age that I just apply it there.
What if I told you there's a place where time itself seems to pause, just for a moment, every single day? A town that has mastered the art of being present. Imagine this. As the day begins to fade, the sky blushing with hues of orange, pink, and gold. An entire town comes to a standstill. Cars pull over to the side of the road. Shopkeepers step out onto the pavement. Children stop their games in the park. For 10 minutes, every single person in this town does just one thing. They watch the sunset. This isn't a festival that happens once a year. It's a daily ritual, a sacred tradition woven into the fabric of They call it the color pause. It's a collective breath, a moment to honor the simple, profound beauty of the world. No phones, no distractions, just a shared experience of wonder. I first heard about this place, a small, almost hidden town called Avon, from a traveler's blog. It sounded like something out of a storybook, too magical to be real. A town that collectively agrees to stop? In our hyper-productive world, it seemed impossible. I was so intrigued I had to see it for myself. It's not on most maps, intentionally kept low-key by its residents. They're not trying to be exclusive. They're just protective of their unique way of life. When I finally arrived, it felt like stepping into a different era. There was a palpable sense of calm, an unhurried rhythm to everything. I spent my first day exploring. The town is charming with cobblestone streets and colorful houses. But as the afternoon wore on, a quiet anticipation began to fill the air. Around 6 p.m., I saw people starting to find their spots. Some sat on park benches, others leaned against old stone walls, all facing west. A gentle bell chimed, not from a church, but from a small clock tower in the town square. And then ... silence. The world didn't just get quiet, it became still. The only sounds were the chirping of crickets and the rustle of leaves in the evening breeze, and the colors ... Oh, the colors were breathtaking. The sky was a canvas, and a master artist was painting a masterpiece just for us. In that moment, I wasn't a visitor or an observer. I was part of this shared reverence. I understood. It wasn't just about watching a pretty sky, it was about connection. Connection to nature, to the community, and most importantly, to oneself. The next day, I spoke with an elderly woman named Alara, who was born and raised in Avon. She told me the tradition started generations ago, after a particularly difficult period in the town's history. Her great-grandfather, the mayor at the time, noticed how everyone was so caught up in rebuilding and worrying that they had forgotten to live. He proposed the color pause as a simple, daily reminder that even in the darkest times, there is beauty and light to be found. A reminder to be grateful for the day that has passed and to welcome the peace of the night. It wasn't easy at first, she said. People thought it was a waste of time. But slowly, they began to feel the effects. Stress levels dropped. People started talking to their neighbors more. They found a deeper appreciation for their surroundings. The 10-minute pause became the most productive part of their day, renewing their energy and focus. It became the soul of Avon. Children in Avon grow up with this ritual. For them, it's as normal as brushing their teeth. I watched a group of kids who had been chasing a ball stop dead in their tracks when the bell chimed. They sat down right there on the grass, chins resting in their hands, their faces reflecting the sunset's glow. They weren't forced. It was instinct. They're learning a lesson that many of us spend our whole lives trying to grasp: the importance of being still. Think about what this practice does. It's a forced digital detox. It's a mandatory mindfulness session for an entire community. It combats the loneliness epidemic by creating a shared, silent experience. In those 10 minutes, everyone is equal. The wealthy baker, the struggling artist, the visiting tourist, we are all just humans, humbled by the grandeur of the cosmos. I tried to live like a local for a week. Every evening, I'd find a new spot to watch the sunset. One evening on a hill overlooking the town, another by a gentle stream. Each time, the experience was different, yet the feeling was the same. A profound sense of peace and gratitude. My own anxieties, the constant buzz of my phone, the endless to-do list in my head, they all just melted away. For those 10 minutes, I was completely and utterly present. What if we could bring a little bit of Avum into our own lives? We may not be able to convince our entire city to stop, but what if we could do it for ourselves? What if, for just 10 minutes each day, we put our phones away, stepped outside or looked out a window, and just watched the day end? No agenda, no expectations, just witnessing. It's a small act, but the story of Avum shows us that small acts, practiced with intention, can have a transformative power. It's a rebellion against the cult of busyness. It's a declaration that our peace of mind, our connection to the world, is worth pausing for. My time in Avum came to an end, but I didn't leave it behind. I brought the color pause home with me. It's my little piece of Avum, my daily ritual. It has changed the way I see my days and has brought a new level of calm to my life. I encourage you to try it. Tonight, wherever you are, take 10 minutes. Watch the sun go down. Notice the colors. Feel the air change. Just be. You might be surprised by what you find in that stillness. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to the town that celebrates the sunset. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about the amazing ways people live around the world. I'd love to hear in the comments if you're going to try your own color pause. End of transmission. Reality will now resume.
Man, I'm built different, period. I'm just built different, man. And I've always had an eye, discipline, and a work ethic that I've had at a young age that I just kind of